Good morning. Happy Monday. This is a quick presentation. Well, not quick. It's going to be split into two parts. But this is a presentation on Shakespeare, pretty much the introduction of his time period and his influence. So Shakespeare's plays, it inspired a cultural blossoming. So he's considered by many to be the world's greatest playwright. He was born in 1564 when England had already embraced the spirit of Renaissance creativity. So Renaissance is like a rebirth. So Shakespeare helped carry the Renaissance to even greater heights in this time of new beginnings. So Queen Elizabeth I, she was known to be the Queen of the Arts. So 6 years before Shakespeare was even born, Queen Elizabeth I became Queen of England. And her period of her reign, which is 1558 to 1603, was known as the Elizabethan Age. So some of you may have heard that term or that name or that era already thrown around. And it was during this age where this cultural renaissance kind of came into fruition because she supported the arts. She supported literature, painting, sculpture, music, and theater. So Shakespeare was pretty much born into this Elizabethan age, and he helped kind of heighten it. So, and it was also during this time where, during her reign, London, which was the capital of the English nation of England, it flourished, and she greatly influenced the development of the Renaissance man and artistic achievements. So, you might have also heard Renaissance in terms of the Harlem Renaissance, which was another cultural rebirth of the arts, of music, of poetry, of sculpture, of paintings. So that is kind of where we got the not necessarily the inspiration for it, but it's kind of a very big connection, a very big spiritual connection. So this is a quick picture of Queen Elizabeth. Not the most accurate one, but they didn't have cameras back then, so they painted portraits, and usually a lot of these portraits were done for hours on end. So it was kind of hard to actually capture some of the accurate details. So this is actually the picture of the Globe Theater. And this is what it looked like on the inside. So if you look over here, the balconies is where the upper class would typically sit. And then this bottom area is where the peasants, the poor people would be in the pit. But it's kind of switched today. A lot of us would rather be down here because we get it up close and personal. So this is just a video. I'll post the link in the description as well, just so if you want to watch it. So this is typical Elizabethan attire. So you can see that it's long dresses that cover from head to toe, the bonnets here, and they also have little vests that kind of act as corsets. So we have like a corset right here as well. And then we also have typical male attire where we have like the very puffy sleeves and everything. So why were Shakespeare's plays so popular in the first place? It's because a big thing that kind of contributed to not just the popularity of his plays, but the financial success of his plays, was that it included all classes of people in his plays. There was always something for any single type of person in the play. So he was kind of appealing to all parts of his crowd. He included nobles in his play, but he included also the common folk in his play. He included things that everyone could understand. So the life of William Shakespeare. So this is another one of many portraits of William Shakespeare. Obviously, because like I said, they can only really just draw what they can kind of, I guess, get a sense of. Some portraits are more accurate than others. So though the works of Shakespeare have probably been seen or read by more people worldwide than those of any author, the man himself, he's still kind of a mystery to us. The only information we have about Shakespeare's life are his documents from church records and property deeds. Otherwise, a lot of information you might have heard of Shakespeare is kind of like similar to like a rumor, or similar to like tall tales or myths. So off to London. In 1582, Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, the most likely daughter of a well-to-do Stratford farm family. She was actually 8 years older than he was, and by the time they were married, she was actually 6 months pregnant already. And they have three children. He became a shareholder in the prestigious acting company of Lord Chamberlain's men, which had strong ties to Elizabeth's court. Shakespeare played His plays helped many of the companies even more successful, and Shakespeare was influenced to give up his acting to focus on his writing. So he actually acted in a lot of the plays that the Lord Chamberlain's men would play, but he ended up being more known for the things that he wrote.